Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Recovery Concepts Daily Recovery Snack. I'm Chris on this crisp Thursday, March 19th. Hope this finds everybody well. Thank you for joining. Tell a friend if you care to. Please subscribe, like, share it around social media. Trying to get it built up. I appreciate you joining. Thank you so much. And let's dive right in. Let's see, March 19th. Quote it's a Japanese proverb. Looking for happiness is like clutching a shadow or chasing the wind. We don't enter recovery and find that we are happy right away. Our program tells us that if we really work on the steps, we will know a new freedom and a new happiness after we take step 9. How do we get there? By trying to race straight to step 9 so that we can get the happy part faster? No. If we skip some steps or work them poorly, our program is weak. Working the steps is like building a house for ourselves to live in. When we do it right, the house is strong and safe and warm. Like a solid house, our life becomes a safer place to be when we work the steps. By the time we work step 9, we have straightened out our big mistakes as best we can. We've gotten to know ourselves much better and learned to act in line with our values. We can be proud of ourselves. What do you know? We're happy. Prayer for the day. Higher power, I want to be happy. Help me to do the things that will get me there one step at a time. Today's action. I will list 5 things I'm happy about in my recovery. I will tell a friend what is special about these things. I'm diehard 12-step, working the steps, AANA recovery. And this obviously talks a lot about step 9, and which I believe for sure. But it also says, it also talks about. It seems to me anyway. I heard finding happiness outside of me, and my belief as I've went along and grown some in recovery, I believe that happiness is an inside job. I've heard it said like that, which absolutely came from step work. Absolutely. But my perception, I'm going to talk about how I got it wrong for so long. I always banked on material things, the next thing, the new thing, the perception of what everybody else was liking. That if I had that, attained that, or was viewed as having, that material thing or presence about me or whatever, then that would generate happiness out of me. And in addiction, anyway, that was nothing could be further from the truth. As I lost my self-respect, as I began to loathe me over time, subconsciously even maybe at first, question my actions, and as addiction got, more advanced and deeper, and I got deeper and deeper in it, I didn't have much else. I didn't know of any other way. It became forest for the trees. I didn't understand any other way to try to attain happiness. I got desperate than to do it from outside sources, which always provided me with more failure. I had to become content with me. I had to be able to like Chris. I had to be able to accept life on life's terms. And I had to be grateful for what I already had. And I didn't have a whole lot of any of those aspects to my life. And that's where the step work came in. That's where the rubber hit the road, if you will. And it talks about, do we jump straight to step 9, and not work the other steps or whatever? No, we don't do that. Well, hell, I don't know how anybody else did it, but that's exactly what I did. I tried to pick and choose the steps as I wanted to work them, which was just, it was in line with the way that I lived my life before. Me in charge, calling the shots, trying to get it all figured out because I know best, which I have to remember is the exact way that I showed up the last time. All times that I showed up, beat down, all out of ideas and everything, was at the ass end of my latest and greatest, best idea how I was going to make all this get better and make the problem stop. But I did not see me manipulating and controlling things, including step work, as being the problem. I thought I was supposed to take charge. I thought I was supposed to be, an overachiever, do it more, do it better than anybody else, man. I had a problem with processes. I had a problem with time takes time. And thank God, I ran into a bunch of people, and a lot of them became friends in recovery rooms that got me calmed down a little bit, got the afterburners turned off, and just said, hey, if you've always had these ambitions and these ways and these habits of ways that you have done it, and it's produced something you don't want, how about we try something different? How about you do it the way that it's suggested? Which, of course, I didn't listen to initially. I had to fail a little bit more. But the gift of desperation was given to me to where I would have done damn near anything anybody told me to try to get some type of different result. I didn't get this recovery thing the first time. I've been to several institutions and rehabilitation centers, and promised a million times I wasn't going to do A, B, and C no more, and went and did it again and everything. And I just, for me, I was so hard-headed, and I had unreasonable expectations on myself that I should be able to control things and make them right, that I had to get to a point to where I was fearful, desperate and fearful, before I would try to do something so simple as do it the way that it's worked for other people. And I think I think that the expectations that I put on myself was I should be able to do it better than other people. And I don't know where I got all that shit. I'm not quite sure, how that came about. But I do know that resonates with me. And I think that was a lot of my drivers. Not that I was better than anybody else. I just thought that I should be able to do things better than most. And that sounds maybe arrogant or whatever, but I was arrogant. I just didn't have my shit together. I didn't have life straight. I thought about things in a way out and left field way, and I wasn't taught a lot of it. I picked it up myself, and I think it was some way for me to excel beyond my own self-consciousness about perceived slights and less thans that were Chris. I didn't think very highly of me, so I'd outdo everybody else to make up for it. And that kept me sick for a long time. When I found drugs and alcohol, I thought I found the cure, because then I didn't feel like that anymore, even though I still had those behaviors to outdo. I found my magic solution in alcohol and recreational drugs, and I guess that worked for a little while. Who knows? It worked till it worked, worked till it didn't, worked till it didn't, and started to try to kill me. And then it just progressively, it's just bad. It's just bad. I'm glad that I have the friends that I have today. I'm glad that I have the exposure to recovery I have today. I'm glad that I don't have to live like that today, because I make my choices to get up every morning and start back on my recovery journey, not my relapse journey. So thank y'all for joining. I think I'm starting to ramble. Please share, subscribe, like, whatever you're moved to do. I appreciate you joining me. Y'all have a blessed day out there. And if you're moved to do so, please come back and join me again. We'll do it again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.